Welcome to the Government News Brief for Wednesday, June 8, 2016. In the news, assessment team to check Barabina Road issues, FIU now in a better position to function, and the Environmental Protection Agency to undergo transformation to function in green economy. I am Azim Khan with the details of these and other stories. Stay tuned. Thank you for staying with us. Here are the details. An assessment team will be heading to Region 1 to address the condition of the Barabina Road. More in this report.
Minister within the Ministry of Public Infrastructure, Annette Ferguson, says that a technical assessment team from her ministry will soon be heading to Barabina to check the condition of the road. Earlier this week, reports surfaced showing the recently rehabilitated road in a deplorable state.
Because of the weather, this is what is happening presently. But what I did early in the week is that I had consultation with my technical team, and later in the week a team will be dispatched to the area to have a comprehensive assessment done.
Following the assessment, the team will send a report with recommendations to the Ministry of Public Infrastructure on how best the situation can be remedied.
The report will basically look at three aspects. It would look at the use of a hydrolysis to study the water flow, to see whether there is a way that we could find alternative route to divert the water from Barabina itself. It would also look at also doing a geotechnical report within the area. And in addition to those two, we are also going to look at the feasibility of an alternative route to Barabina itself.
Additionally, Minister Ferguson explains that the deplorable Matakai Access Road is in the Capital Works Plan.
In the 2016 budget, we have $70 million budgeted, and this will be done in two phases. 35 million for one area, 35 million for the other area. We would have already went out to tender. Bids were received. The evaluation was done. They were forwarded to the National Procurement Tender Board. So it's just for them now to do their analysis with their recommendation, have it forward to Cabinet so that we can get, once the no objection is given by Cabinet, then we would have the contract awarded to commence work.
Lateric material will be used to address the critical sections of the road, minor holes will be upgraded and shaped, and bushes will be cleared to avoid flooding during the rainy season. Ronetta LaFleur for the Government News Brief.
Prime Minister Moses Nagamutu is urging members of the Muslim community to look towards those in need during the holy month of Ramadan.
To all our members of the Muslim community, we wish you a great period of fasting, of prayers, of sacrifice, and also of charity and goodwill. This is a period of time in Guyana's life where many people look towards those who are in need, those who need help, those who can do with a little bit more if we cooperate and if we share.
Prime Minister Moses Nagamutu. Ramadan is the 9th month of the Islamic calendar and the month in which the Quran was revealed. Fasting during the month of Ramadan is one of the 5 pillars of Islam. With key appointments being filled, the Financial Intelligence Unit is now in a better position to execute its mandate. More in this Glendon Greenwich report.
Attorney General and the Minister of Legal Affairs, Bassel Williams, recently said that a new director for the Financial Intelligence Unit has been identified. The next sitting of the National Assembly will see members of Parliament voting on the appointment. The coalition government, while in opposition, recommended that the capacity of the unit be strengthened by employing a deputy director, an attorney at law, and an accountant.
By virtue of Section 5 of the AML CFT Amendment Act 2015, Section 8 of the AML CFT Act 2009 was amended to provide for the aforementioned 4 officers of the FIU to be appointed by a simple majority of the National Assembly on the recommendation of the Parliamentary Committee of Appointments. These officers could only be removed by the same process.
Minister Williams also said that interviews for the post of Deputy Director has been concluded and the process continues for the Attorney at Law and the Accountant.
Provision was also made in Section 6 of the said Act to amend Section 9 of the AML CFT Act 2009 to provide for a committee of management comprising of the said 4 officers and managers of the FIU. Provision was also made for the appointment by the Director of personnel trained in financial investigation and other employees considered necessary.
The appointment of these office holders to the local oversight body for the anti-money laundering and countering the financing of terrorism legislation is evidence that the Parliamentary Appointments Committee is working. Having a functioning financial intelligence unit along with anti-money laundering legislation means that Guyana would be compliant with the Financial Action Task Force recommendations, which means that Guyana will avoid being blacklisted by regional and international financial institutions. With this news brief, Glendon Greenwich.
A comprehensive review of the Environmental Protection Agency will be launched within the next few weeks as part of the transformation of the agency to function efficiently within the green economy. More from Tiffany Rodius.
The transformation of the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, is pivotal to the development of Guyana's natural resources, says Minister of Natural Resources and the Environment, Raphael Trotman. A mid-year review of the EPA by the Ministry of Natural Resources found that there is need for stronger legislation to address non-compliance, organizational readjustment, and stronger collaborations with sister agencies.
So the EPA will have to be restructured to meet the new challenges, the new opportunities, and the new vision.
The EPA turned 20 on June 5, and Minister Trotman says this is the year for the agency to chart a new course.
I'd like to compliment them. 20 years is quite a long time, 2 decades, and I believe that they've done a fairly good job. But now we have to look beyond the ordinary. We're about to become an oil-producing nation. We've got to prepare for the eventuality of an oil spill, be able to react to take care of the coastline and so forth.
The EPA has suffered from a lack of resources, Minister Trotman admits. However, he commended the agency for its efficiency, effectiveness, and professionalism, despite its challenges. Guyana assented to the Environmental Protection Act on June 5, 1996, to provide for the management, conservation, protection, and improvement of the environment, the prevention or control of pollution, the assessment of the impact of economic development on the environment, and the sustainable use of natural resources, among others. For the Government News Brief, I'm Tiffany Rogers.
Minister within the Ministry of Communities with Responsibilities for Housing, Valerie Sharp Patterson, will be conducting outreach meetings in Regions 5 and 6. On Thursday, June 9, 2016, the Minister and her team will facilitate serving members of the Guyana Police Force at the Albion Sports Complex between 9 to 12 hours. Commencing 1 p.m., the team will attend to other citizens with all housing-relating matters. On Friday, the team will be at the Region 5 Regional Office at Fort Wellington for another outreach. Serving ranks of the Guyana Police Force and residents of Burma will be attended to from 9 to 11 hours. From 12 to 16 hours, the Minister and team will deal with matters from the general public. In an effort to save time, persons attending are urged to walk with all the necessary documents. These latest outreaches are aimed at intensifying the Ministry's drive to ensure that affordable housing solutions are within the reach of all Guyanese. The Child Care and Protection Agency is set to license the first set of daycare facilities as part of its Early Childhood Development Program. More in this report.
The intention is to ensure that children are enrolled in developmentally friendly daycare services that adhere to regulated minimum standard. Director Child Care and Protection Agency Ann Green says that the agency was able to get the regulation for the Child Care and Development Service Act, which allows them to license daycare facilities.
For some time we've been trying to get that really on stream, but I think we're poised now to do that because we were able to get the regulations through. Minister was able to finally get the regulations for that act, which is the Child Care and Development Services Act. And the regulations are out, they've been gazetted, and now we are licensing our first set of daycare facilities. So that's out.
The Social Protection Ministry has been conducting regular visits to some 280 registered daycare institutions countrywide as part of its early childhood development program. This is to ensure that facilities do not fall below the minimum standard.
We're also looking at launching a whole awareness program, and that's the new program, awareness program, because we want parents and caregivers to understand the early years of a child's life are very important. That's the foundation years. And it's like you're building a house, you know how you do your foundation, because you want it to withstand the storm, the weather. You want to go as high, and then you need to put the foundation in. It's show like children. You must give them that start. You must put enough in the early years.
The standards cater for the development of healthy, well-adjusted children, ensuring children have the ability to communicate effectively and guarantee that the children's culture are respected, ensuring that the foundation is laid for children to develop into critical thinking adults and that there are positive discipline practices for children with behavioral changes. For the Government News Brief, Sanika Thorne reporting.
That concludes today's edition of the Government News Brief. The details of these and other stories can be found on our website. Subscribe to our website and YouTube channel to be kept abreast of the latest developments. You can also like and follow us on Facebook. The Government News Brief is a production of the Government Information Agency, GINA. Do join us again tomorrow as we bring you another edition of the Government News Brief. Thank you for watching.